Nothing irritates me more than a man. The end. Whoever fought for women to get jobs. Why? Why did we do that? I am so tired. I want to just put my feet up. Like, I am... Oh my god.
Notice she said we. Why did we fight for the right to work? So nothing irritates you more than feminism. Modern feminism. Because it's not men that did that to us.
This is what's so ironic about the feminist movement. The things that feminists will hate men for, they're just so ambitious and they don't care about their families and they're never home, or all men, they just sleep around, they're so promiscuous. The things that feminists hate men for, they're also telling women, you should do these things to feel fulfillment. So they're hating on men for this stuff and also saying we need to be equal to men. It's like, do you hate them or do you want to be equal to them? They're telling women, you need to be less relational. You need to care less about your babies and care more about your career. In 1916, you had Margaret Sanger. She introduced the contraceptive pill. She was now telling women, you don't have to be a slave to these children of yours. I can have sex with whoever I want to, as much as I want to, and there will not be the burden of children. So they're hating on men for this stuff, but also saying we need to be equal to men. It's like, do you hate them or do you want to be equal to them? Like, what's going on here?
The original idea behind feminism was equal opportunity and equal treatment under the law. Somewhere along the way, the conversation became far more adversarial, with some people treating men and women as competing teams instead of partners. That shift has created a lot of unnecessary resentment, and resentment rarely produces good outcomes for anyone involved.
And it's not that I hate everything about feminism. I mean, obviously I'm here for equality, duh. However, I think that there are man-hating feminists, and then there are feminists. I just think that those are two separate things, and I think the man-hating ones are corny. I think it's mad corny. I think it's mad weird. I think it's mad misandrist. And I make fun of that because that's something to be made fun of. Just like a man being a misogynist. Other men should be like, that guy's a freaking weirdo. He hates women. There's something wrong with him. That's exactly what I'm doing in reverse. I'm calling out misogynists. Hey, there's something weird about this girl. She hates men. That's crazy. That should be called out, not applauded. I know that some of y'all are really, really hurt by some of the men in your life, but that does not mean that we applaud misandrists. That does not mean that we applaud misogynists. Nobody should be so hurt by the other gender that they are just rooting for their downfall and oppression. That's insane. That's insane. Neither gender is superior. We are two halves of the same coin, and we should work together in order for us to succeed or even continue on this planet. Why do I have to preach that to people? This is crazy.
One reason many people have checked out of these conversations is because they feel their experiences are dismissed the moment they speak up. When someone notices double standards and is immediately told those concerns aren't real, meaningful dialogue becomes difficult. Most people simply want consistency, and consistency should apply regardless of who benefits from it.
Don't believe in feminism. I think that if men are willing to do more and do more, then they should make more. That's the first argument. Everybody's like, men shouldn't make more money than women. I don't want to be a carpenter. Get up for me. I want your seat. Like, there's no reason we should get rid of those pieces of chivalry all for feminism. I don't know. Like you said earlier, we're taking it too far. We're taking it too far. I think that there are certain positions in society that are comfortable for a woman. And when you start pushing the men out of the other positions, then the women have to step into the ones that are uncomfortable for women. And I'm not willing to do that.
The principle itself was always straightforward. Equal effort should receive equal recognition and equal opportunity. Most reasonable people already agree with that idea. The problem begins when the discussion moves away from fairness and towards special treatment. That's usually where consensus starts breaking down.
An uncomfortable conversation that needs to be had is that our generation has been raised by women who hate men. I'm not just talking about mothers, I'm talking about school teachers, I'm talking about therapists, anybody that played a role in a child's development. They have actively tried to teach us that masculinity is toxic, but the truth is, their negative experiences that they had with men were not of the nature of masculinity. It was the fact that the man himself was toxic, completely separate of masculinity. Now, obviously, there are a bunch of women who, don't hate men, but the problem is that academia and the media have been pushing this narrative to suppress masculinity and masculine traits such as assertiveness or leadership under the scope of them being dangerous. Men have been taught to feel ashamed of themselves and to respect women, but never what to do when a woman disrespects you. And this doesn't just have negative effects on men, it's women too. There are so many women of the younger generations that actively have this negative attitude towards men that's extremely prevalent, and anybody with an IQ above 5 understands this if they go out in public, where it's like they're very entitled and they're disrespectful towards men. And obviously it's not all of them, but it's something that needs to be addressed. And no, I don't think this makes me oppressed. I'm not throwing a pity party, but it is an issue that I believe that we need to address.
A lot of modern relationship dynamics come down to selective expectations. Some people want the benefits of traditional masculinity when it's convenient, and modern independence when it's not. That creates confusion because expectations constantly shift depending on the situation. Clarity tends to produce healthier relationships than selective standards.
Feminism is a scam.
Feminism is a scam. I do not want to be independent. I want to be so codependent. I need my husband. I want my husband. I want to follow his lead. That's how God created me. He created me in a way to follow. He created me as a helpmate. He created me as an opposite to Adam, right? If women could be a woman, if women acted like women
instead of men,
because
they're acting like men,
we'd have better men.
It's interesting how perspectives often change once certain outcomes become personal rather than theoretical. Sometimes lessons that seem obvious later were completely invisible in the moment. That's simply part of life and experience. Most people learn through outcomes more than arguments.
This satirical skit really drives it home, doesn't it?
I wish all men were feminists like you.
All right, here's that check for you, sir. How dare you assume that because I'm a man that I'm going to be paying for this whole dinner? Women are fully capable of paying for themselves.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want me to split the bill between you two then?
Actually, why don't we do this so we can really drive this point home for you, because you're giving me very misogynistic vibes right now. Leave the entire bill, and she will pay for the entire thing because she is a strong, independent woman who does not need a man to provide for her. As a feminist woman, wouldn't you agree with that?
Yeah, I guess.
In that case, here's the check, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, this is expensive.
Oh, you got it.
Are you gonna help me?
Absolutely not. As a feminist man, I don't want to imply that you can't defend yourself just because you're a woman.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah. Relationship. As a feminist woman, wouldn't you agree with that?
Alright. I'm dating a conservative.
Reject delusions. Embrace gender differences.
The hypocrisy of most modern-day women and feminists is that they believe in gender equality until it has to do with men. As soon as other women like myself invalidate them or make them feel some type of way for speaking on men's issues or things that men go through, suddenly equality goes right out the window and everything becomes about misogyny and hatred for women. Really, they're just showing the hypocrisy of the fact that they don't actually believe in equality and gender equality. They only believe in what benefits them. And it's actually quite selfish and very hypocritical. For example, domestic violence only matters when it happens to women. As soon as I bring it up about men, it's not real. Mental health only matters in women and postpartum and all of that and hormones until you mention a man and the suicide rates within men. Gender equality only exists in women until the woman makes more than a man and has to pay out more in a divorce. Gender equality only exists when there's more homeless shelters for women and domestic violence shelters for women than there are for men and veterans. They want gender equality in the workplace until a man has a trade and makes more money in physical labor because they can't do it. Most modern day women and single moms care about gender equality until it comes down to parenting time. Gender equality exists until a man doesn't want a child, but the woman won't abort it either. And the hypocrisy is that they want equality until it has to do with men. Okay, bye.
Whenever a movement becomes more focused on influence than fairness, people begin questioning its original purpose. Most individuals support equality when they believe the rules apply equally to everyone involved. The moment fairness feels one-sided, trust starts to erode. And once trust disappears, the conversation becomes much harder to sustain. If the message hit, like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.